In a world that is connected 24/7 to news, entertainment, information, we often feel disconnected from life, our lives, with the people that matter, the relationships that bring us joy, the seasons, and the nature around us. Hi, my name is Cecia, and welcome to my first video. I wanted to make this video about stepping away from social media and kind of the reasons as to what led me to it and the positives now that I have not used social media as much for about 3 years now. So I guess the reasons as to why I stepped away from social media started when I noticed that I was spending more time on my phone than I like to. I will go on maybe Instagram to text a friend, and then I'd stay scrolling for sometimes 3-4 hours. And it became an addiction. Slowly but surely became something that I will crave for, and I will just grab my phone whenever I had some spare time. And so I wanted to make a change. So what I initially did was I downloaded an app to block my apps, and I realized that that didn't really work for me, because I will figure out how to always use the apps and go in and unblock them, and I will just always use them. It felt like it was too much input, it was too much information. And even though some of it was informational and inspiration as well, I will find that after a couple of hours of just scrolling, I will find my brain was getting tired and I felt unproductive, even though I felt that I was getting inspired. And all of this fast-paced content that I find on most social media apps nowadays, to me it just all felt like junk food for the brain. It felt as if I was getting inspired, but in reality I was just wasting my time and I wasn't getting anything in return. And here's the problem: it's not social media or videos or anything like that, but fast-paced content, short videos like 15, 20, 30-second videos, they don't allow our brains to process all of the information that we are getting. And so our brains at the end of the day feel exhausted because our brains have not had the time to process the information that we have just consumed. So I had to be honest with myself, and I had to decide if this was adding more to my life than it was taking away, if it was really worth it to keep being on the apps and have the apps installed on my phone. And for me, the answer was no. So about 3 years ago, I deleted all social media apps from my phone. And now when I want to use them, I have to log into them on a computer, or I have to use the internet on my phone. But since that is a bit harder to do, that actually is a way for me not to go on social media apps at all. That I have found has been what has absolutely given me my time back and has allowed me to now do things that I've always wanted to do and create the things that I've always wanted to create. And I deleted all social media apps off of my phone except WhatsApp, since that is the one app that I use to communicate with family and friends. I prefer in-person socializing way more than texting, and that is because that is just how I feel it's more real to me. And now more than ever, I have learned to appreciate when I have the opportunity to be with my friends, hang out with them, have real conversations with them, because to me now their conversations are way more important than just a text that I could receive. I know that they are dedicating their time. What slowly changed for me in my life after I deleted the apps, I noticed my brain became a lot more calmer, and I had more space in my brain to process. At the end of the day, I felt that I had actually enjoyed my day, and that is so maybe crazy to say, because we're so used to fast information, and we're so used to always numbing ourselves whenever we are bored or whenever we are tired. And so stepping away from social media allowed me to gain my time back, but also my brain felt at peace, felt calmer. I had ideas and I wanted to get started on those ideas. When we step away from social media, the biggest change that was for me is I slowly stopped comparing my life to others that I saw on the apps where they had perhaps something that I aspired to have or to achieve. And the thing is, we can achieve that, but if we're constantly being fed these algorithms that know exactly what we want, like it or not, we're going to compare ourselves to these people. Fewer updates meant that now I had time for a calm and peaceful morning where I could read my Bible in peace without looking at my phone first thing in the morning, where I could have evenings with my family without any interruptions. And it just felt right. That's how I will describe it. It felt that it was the right decision for me personally to step away from the apps. Stepping away made me value in-person moments and conversations with family and with friends even more. And the reason why I wanted this to be my first video is because stepping away from social media was the thing that actually allowed me to think about chasing the dreams and the things that I want in my life. It allowed me to get into more hobbies and become better at them. And it allowed me to purchase this camera and actually start creating videos. And I'm so excited to share even more of the things that I'm passionate about. I also learned to be okay with not knowing absolutely every single trend that is going on, and actually just enjoying being myself as I am and not being fed another ad, another product, another solution to problems that we have created in the first place, and be okay with the person that God created me to be, the person that I am. And I also learned to see the beauty again in things. I learned to appreciate the small moments, like I said, with people, but also just in nature, to appreciate what's going on around me and the seasons and actually enjoy them as they are. To spend more days outside, to enjoy my dog and my family and my friends again. And this isn't anti-technology. I do appreciate technology. I use technology every day. And I am filming right now on a camera, and I get to upload this video on the internet to be able to share with other people thanks to technology. And so I am grateful for it, but I'm also aware of the dark side of it. And I believe that it's the way in how we use technology that it can impact ourselves, our lives, and the lives of other people around us. A quieter and slower life doesn't mean a smaller life or a boring one. It means a more present one without distractions, where we focus on the things that matter to us, where we don't do things because everyone else does. We can choose how we want to spend our time, our days, and our life. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.